opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Are watching Lit Happens, Saskatchewan's showcase of the literary talent of the province. And we're out on location again today at the Francis Morrison Library in front of the Writer-in-Residence Wall of Fame, where photos of all the just really incredible writers-in-residence hang. And we were just saying it's just really good feeling to be here today. And I would really like to welcome to the show James R. Brayshaw, better known as Jim Jr. to some, but
thanks, Wes.
Welcome to the show, Jim.
It's great to be here. Appreciate it.
It is great to have you here. There's so much I want to talk to you about today, but first...
We'll do lunch.
Yeah, we'll do lunch, but we're going to get into your books. But first, I would like to hear a little bit about you. You've been on the show before, but let's just refresh memories. You wear a few different hats in life right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, being a Saskatoon boy, born and raised here, I've come to love this whole part of the world like no other. And it caused me to seek a vocation in this part of the world, which I became a firefighter in the early 90s. Been doing that for about 20 years here in Saskatoon, and I've enjoyed that profession immensely. It's afforded me the opportunity to do some critical incident stress training and information sharing with groups in the area, as well as my coworkers, and it's afforded me the opportunity to do some medical work in my field as well, and as an EMS provider, and then I've become impassioned about many other things along the way, from sports to movies to literature and to writing, as has become apparent. Yeah,
and I guess that's the heart of what I want to chat with you about. Is you are the author of 4 nonfiction books. You, I googled you. You are really big. You are you are widely known online.
That's surprising to hear, but I'll have to Google it.
But tell us about the fruition of your books. How did they come to be? Why did you become so passionate about what you write about?
Well, as I said, born and raised in Saskatoon, and not just raised as a child running about willy-nilly finding his own way. I was raised in a specific directional path which had very common religious views, right? And that brought me through my teen years, which everybody questions everything in their teen years.
Boy, yeah.
Married in my early 20s, had a first child, and returned to the roots of those beliefs that I was raised in. Then, as time progressed, I was given questions about my very beliefs by people who actually were quite offensive to me, because I didn't want my beliefs questioned, and that caused me to go dig and dig and dig and find out if what I believed was the way it was intended in the original writings, in which a lot of my books are based on biblical writings, historical writings, and other ancient writings that speak to the topic.
Right.
And so I dug and dug and dug, and I spoke to my wife, Angela, about it and said, this may be, Angela, that there's no Satan, and I think I need to write a book on it. And she said to me, Jim, you better be sure if that's the case.
Yeah.
So what was originally intended to be one book explaining this very diverse, complex, and profoundly ancient topic that's carried over into our culture today became a 4-volume series. It's called the Imagine No Satan series.
Yeah, and I have to say, this was obviously a huge project. You had to have been very, very passionate about this. I guess what I want to know is, what's the reaction been to the books?
And you know, just that's an excellent question, because I think that originally drove my passion, that I saw how I reacted to the idea that there might not be a Satan. And I realized if it's so vehement and entrenched in a person's being that this is their belief, that they want to instantly repel from it, that it's something worth really getting passionate about and exploring.
Right.
And I did so by offending many people along the way. And to those who have offended, I apologize. My intent was only to dialogue openly about this topic.
Right.
What better way to dialogue openly than to put the literature out?
So this was obviously a huge undertaking for you. These are 4 very large volumes of not only writing, but research, and then handling the publishing end of it, and then also the marketing aspect of it all. And so a really, really huge chapter of your life is now completed. So what do you see in the future for Jim Brayshaw?
Well, I'm delighted to finish the series because, as you know, when you're writing, it's pretty tough to market something. And this was about a 10 or 11 year project. And now it's done. I can begin marketing. This volume, This Is It, Satan, is finished, came out in September to finish the 4-volume series. So my marketing campaign is ongoing. But I also am a fan of fiction and love telling and sharing stories, as many in the Saskatchewan literary community do. So I have a novel in the works, and I also have another volume or book in this genre that deals with angels and angelology and what angels are if they're not what we have been told they are.
Wow. Do you feel like you're a changed man through all this? Because a lot of people say that they are a different person after the book comes out. They are a completely different person from when the beginning writing stages of it.
Yeah, absolutely changed. And if I could put it in just sections of my journey, even from volume 1 to volume 4, I had some drastic changes in my own thinking and the way I reasoned things out and the way I shared and listened to people's reasoning. And I now, quite honestly, am unaffected by a person's belief that is not the same as mine, or I just want to hear.
Yeah. A lot of writers that come on the show say they feel like after their books come out, they have their life is very visible, that it makes for a very outward life where you've just completely bared your heart and soul to the world.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel ambivalent about that because to be out there and have people responding to you that are thankful you've done this is great. But to be shunned by other people in sectors of your family or friends or circle of influence or faith community is not so great. And I've experienced both of those. And I mean, I can't mention the support Angela has been to me enough in working through the feelings on both sides of that, because it's nice to be recognized for doing the work you've done, but it's not nice to be vilified.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people probably, they probably perceive you as maybe a radical, and I don't feel you are. I just feel you are somebody who is throwing out there that we should think outside the box from time to time.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's a nice endorsement. And I do get the people that think I'm radical too, because when there's been a concept in culture that's not just religious, and I don't focus on just religious thinking in this concept. It's not just religious in thinking; it's buried in culture that there's this eternal, infernal character that's going to destroy humankind if he could, or drag my soul to hell to punish me forever if I don't agree with this creator, with the creator, and that is buried in everything. So many things that we touch on today in literature, in video games and movies and TV, in dialogue that takes place in the office. And it's kind of an underlying theme that makes it hard for people to really embrace when somebody says, I'm going to question an underlying theme that's so strong.
I think if anybody can pull this off, it's you. You have a very engaging personality. I mean, you recently guest hosted Lit Happens for me.
Oh, it was so much fun. Thank you.
So I think if anybody can do it, it's you. So I guess that's a good segue into my next question. Where in Saskatchewan can viewers find your books?
Well, viewers can find my books at McNally and Indigo's chapter locations. As well as at Amazon and all the online booksellers, and my website, imaginenosatan.com, is very busy. And I offer anybody who cares to email me and has a problem or question or suggestion, I'm happy to email an ebook to them as well for free of any one of these 4 volumes. Yes, it's worked out well to do that, and people enjoy then jumping in without committing finances to it.
Wow, that's quite an offer. What about social media?
Facebook. Thanks for asking. My Twitter page is getting more and more followers, and it's joined up with the Facebook posts that go on, and it's a great place to see what's going on in this journey of finding out there's no Satan. And the Facebook page would be one great way to find out all the activities that go with this.
Well, as somebody who has you on Facebook, I happen to know that you're very active, so that's good.
Well, it's hard to keep up, though, isn't it, Wes? Like,
yes, it is.
How do you keep up with your Facebook stuff?
Balance.
A team. You have
Yeah. Oh, if only I had a crew. No, no, balance.
Okay,
balance.
good for you. That's good advice.
Yeah. We're just about out of time, but it was always great chatting with you. But so what's the next, just in the short distance future, what's the next few months hold for Jim Brayshaw?
Well, I'm busily marketing, as I said, but working away on a novel that I'm writing that deals with a lot of global social policy.
Wow.
And it's wrapped in a very delicate and intriguing tale that makes the average Joe think about what he could do to change the world.
Great. Wow. Well, we can watch for that, and then when we can have you back on the show.
I'll ring you and let you know.
Sounds good. That is all the time we have today for Lit Happens. If you enjoyed today's episode, you can save previous segments on the Shaw TV website or on my website, wesfunk.ca. And you can connect with us online on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And I will see you next time on Lit Happens.